In this lesson, you learn about what wildcards are, when and where they can be used, and various types of wild- wildcards. A wildcard is a character or a string that is used to match file and director names. You can use wildcards to create search patterns that, when expanded, will return a list of matching files and directories. Sometimes wildcards are referred to as globs or glob pattern. Globbing is the act of expanding a wildcard into the list of matching files and directories. Wildcards can be used in conjunction with most Linux commands. You find yourself using wildcards with commands like ls, rm, cp, and mv, and others. Here are the two main wildcards that are they are asterisk and the question mark. The asterisk, I will pronounce as star, matches zero or more characters. It matches anything. Asterisk by itself is not really that useful, but when you combine it with other parts of file or directory names that you are looking for, it becomes powerful. For example, we could use star dot text to find all the files which ends with dot text. And if you want to list all the files that start with the letter A, you can give A star. If you want to find all the files that starts with A and ends with .txt, then you can use A star .txt. Question mark matches exactly one character. Hmm. If you want to find all the files that only have one character preceding .txt, then you can use question mark .txt. To match all the two-letter files that begin with an A, then you can use letter A followed by the question mark. To match all the files that start with A and ends with txt, you can use a question mark dot txt. You can use something called a character class to create very specific search patterns that start with left bracket and then list one or more characters you want to match and then end with right bracket. For example, if you want to match a one character long file name that was a oval, you would use bracket A, E, I, O, U and closed bracket. If you want to match files that start with C and for CA and followed by the by either N or T and followed by the zero or more characters, then at that time you can use CA open bracket NT closed bracket and asterisk. This pattern will match his file name can, candy and catch. If you want to exclude characters in a match, use an exclamation. For example, if you want to find all the files that do not start with oval, then you can use exclamatory AEIOU and closed bracket. Here, baseball and cricket matches this pattern because the first character is not an AEIOU. When using character class, you can create a range by separating two characters within hyphen. Here, if you want to match all the characters which starts from A to G, you can use A bracket A hyphen G and close bracket hashtag. If you want to match the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, you can use 3 to 6 as a range. Instead of creating your own ranges, you can use predefined name characters classes also. These named character classes represents the most commonly used ranges. Alpha. This alpha matches alphabetic letters. This means it matches both lower and uppercase letters. Alnum. This is the alphanumeric characters. This means it matches alpha and alphabetics and digits in In another way, it matches uppercase letters and also lowercase letters and also decimals. Digit. Digit represents the numbers and decimal form of, from 0 to 9. Lowercase, any lowercase letters. Space. Space matches white spaces. This means characters such as space, tabs, and new line characters. Upper. Upper only matches the uppercase letters. What if you want to match one of the wildcard characters? Then you would escape that character with the backslash. To escape the wildcard, simply place the backslash before the wildcard character. If you want to make easier, don't name your files with question mark and asterisks. However, you may end up receiving a file with these characters in them. So you need to know how to handle them. For example, if you want to match all the files that ends with question mark, then we can use star, backslash, and question mark. Here an example that would match with this pattern is done question mark. And this lesson continues in part 2. See you in the next session.